Is that show still on? Teletubbies? Oh, okay. Huh? Oh, okay. Like that thing was around for a little bit or something like that. What? Oh, or a Magic School Bus. Is that thing still on? What did you wouldn't know? That thing was canceled before you were born. What? What? Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like everybody, like if you think about it, every story got influenced by something else. Like if you really look at the history of like Harry Potter, the way it was done, it was Lord of the Rings. The author was looking at some old book from 200-300 years ago, and the author J.K. Rowling was using actual stuff that people believed it to be real magic in Europe and all that. So you know the one that Harry Potter and Voldemort uses, even though it's the same type of tree, but Voldemort's wand, the tree only grows in England in the cemetery graveyard. So it has a lot of detailed dark secret that you don't know it unless you do research on it. So chain rule, we're gonna look at multivariable chain rule. So instead of the one dimensional, we're gonna. In fact, this is pretty easy. I was trying to watch this new HBO show, The Raised by Wolves. Finished in 30 minutes. Like I tried to watch it 20 minutes. I got so bored. Read the Wikipedia and went to the YouTube. They have an explained version of it in 3 minutes. So watched all the episodes in 30 minutes. It was done. Have you seen that show, Raised by Wolves? What is it? No, it's actually a future sci-fi movie. Basically, the Earth gets destroyed, and so humanity travels to the Kepler actual planet B22, and there are two type. The Earth gets destroyed by two type of factions. One, they believe in religions and so on. The other one says that you have to believe in logic and science. But somehow the religious faction becomes more advanced. They were able to create this robot, but they don't know how to build this robot. Someone just told them to build it and build it. But it takes place on a planet where they are supposed to survive, and it was raised by a robot who raised the babies like wolves. It's crazy. Like the 10th episode hasn't come out yet, but it's pretty cool, man. What is it? They're saying that it's very similar to Remus and the Rome one, Remus and Romulus. Romulus and Remus, right? Yeah, it's like that. They're using that as an analogy. What debate? Oh yeah, that I watched it. Yes, of course. I'm gonna spend 90 minutes of that. Yeah. There is no Wikipedia of that. No, you have to watch those things. So that's where, let's look at it. Notice I'm going to use D and delta separately. df dx delta x and then df dy delta y delta t. Another way of looking at this would be partial derivative of the function f in respect to x times and then of x of t, y of t times x prime of t. So we're taking the derivative of x in respect to t. And then you have y prime of So do you see the similarity of the chain rule? The derivative outside times the derivative inside. It's kind of like that, but now we're looking at two different variables. So let's look at an example problem. I drank too much sake last night. Sake. Yeah. Everybody was drinking. The servers and everybody, so you know when you're in Rome, right?
You should bring like a bottle here, and then whenever you say something that can't be recorded, we get the picture.
No. Actually, have you ever been to Shakespeare? It's a play. Basically, it's a Shakespeare play, but with alcohol. So with the audiences and the actors and actresses, they all take shot together. And by the time the play gets into the third act, everybody's wasted. They have it in the art district. It's pretty cool. It's called Shakespeare. And they play different plays and so on. It's pretty cool. So you've never, like, those of you over 21, have you ever been to Shakespeare? No? Did you even know about that? Oh, wow. Yeah. How, at the acting? It gets funny. I mean, like, the thing is, if you know the play or how it goes, you laugh even more because they have all this inside jokes. But it gets hilarious, and they start mumbling and so on. The audiences gets drunk too. So, what? Damn Megan Fox. Her name is Megan Fox. But it's like, you should go. If you're over 21, I didn't know they had it until I came to Vegas and I found out like that thing called Shakespeare. And the ticket is not that expensive either, so. Are you into Shakespeare, Kiana? Have you read all the plays? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. If you ever go to the one comedy one. Like, you're in high school. That's another 6 years. You and Ren. So in 6 years, if they're still around, you could attend it. Find df/dt. So there's several ways of doing that. You could compose it right away to do it, or we could do it separately. df/dt, so let's do the derivative of cosine. What's the derivative of cosine? What is it? Negative sine of t. And what's the derivative of this right over in respect to x? What do you guys get? 2x, right? What's the derivative of sine? And then cosine of t. Right, guys? Am I done yet? What do I got to do? See this x's and y's? So x becomes what in this case? Negative sine of t to cosine of t. Right, guys? Minus 2 sine of t and cosine of t. Let me make sure I got that right. Have I lost anybody yet? It just becomes what? Negative 4 sine of t, cosine of t. Now on the exam I would accept it, but you could use the trig formula and it becomes what, guys? Like half angle formula? But I'll accept this over here. Yeah.
So the 2x and the 2y, how did you turn this into 2 cosine?
Right here. These are your.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How do we do it in 3 variables? Have you ever been to any Shakespeare play, like in high school? Do they have Shakespeare play in high school in Vegas? They have it. Oh, okay. You guys have musicals too in high schools, right? Oh, Crucibles. Oh, the no. I tried out for Jesus Christ the Superstar. You know that? So I made it, but the first day the coach came, was like, "Don't sing. You're a terrible singer. Just lip sync." It's like, "Why'd you pick me? We need a lot of minorities in the play." It's about Jesus. He loves y'all. So it's a public school I went to. So all right. And you another way of writing that is f of rt. So what is dw dt or df dt? Df dx dx dt. Should I mess with you and just swap this? Do this way. Should I do that? Would that make you happy or angry? Do you even see what I'm doing? df dy df dz is dz dt. This is technically a dot product. This is a dot product. We will see the vector as a gradient vector f. Gradient vector f soon. We'll get there. Hold your horses. No, eigenvalue we're not gonna do. That's matrices, so, and I'm weak on matrices. I don't like to look at. If I do teach it, I'm going towards no so far. I've heard that if the enrollment is below 6, I think because of the coronavirus, if the enrollment is below 6, they're gonna cancel the class. So. And the enrollment is down, even at UNLV and everything, so. I don't know, it's like, if people don't go out, what do they do for fun? Like, they stay home all day. Oh, you do D&D? Are you DM? No. Oh, okay. Do you have a good DM? Yeah, he's really good. What version do you play? The 5th one? Yeah, we're playing 5.2 right now. And we tried like 3.5 No, I don't even know how to play those. It's like, it's like, how many people do you have? Do you have healers?
I'm a paladin right now, and everyone else is just kind of like fighters, so I'm our resident healer.
Yeah, you're the coolest one. Like, especially if you get in a campaign, if you get two healers, they're always good. So I always pick myself to be the healer. So
No, we need a healer.
no, most places, like most games, people, everybody want to be a fighter, or they want to be all this thing, but they don't pick healers. So
We have two fighters, a rogue, warlock, and then a paladin, so we're like really struggling in the match area because our warlock doesn't know he's a warlock.
what? How did just read the Wikipedia of it? Jesus.
Oh, that's her backstory because she accidentally made a deal, and that's.
Oh, so she didn't even know what she was doing.
No.
She didn't spend time on the backstory.
Oh, like it's a deep backstory because like it's a whole like racial systemic thing. Because she's not a human, she's a kangaroo.
Yeah. Oh, there you're using. Wow. Okay.
So,
Okay.
like, she didn't know she was a warlock, so
Yeah.
she's practically a fighter, but she has a dragon.
She got a dragon.
Yeah.
Um. At the point 1, 1, 1. In this case, y is a constant. How long do you run your campaign?
Still kind of like we're done with it. Like sometimes we go on and off, so we're trying to stick to some like a minimal range marriage for as long as we can.
So every time you do it, I'm talking about every time you run a game. How long like each game lasts in the day?
Like 6 hours.
6 hours. That's about right. Yeah. But because of computer, you don't have all this polyhedron dices. So.
So like we still like roll, like you have to roll
Do I need to do that? No. What?
online. I don't know.
What is it?
I'm not the person who runs the Discord.
You gotta ask the DM though. You don't ask the players. And if the DM is good, they usually say no unless the DM knows you well, and that's a good sign of DM. You don't let anybody come in. Like you and the DM has to have good connections and all that. If you're not good friends, then no, it's not gonna work out. So. Okay, let's do this one. I'm looking at something else right now. No, that's okay. We'll do that. All right, so let's look at it. So in this case, y is a constant. This becomes what? Y plus 3z square dz dx x plus z cube minus 2y dz dx equals 0, right? And we want to do it at the what point, guys? 1, 1, 1, right? So we got to get the dz by itself. So dz dx 3z squared minus 2y y plus z cube. Oh wait, what? Yeah, y plus z cube. So 3z squared minus 2y. Did I get that right? Yes. Now plug that in. 1, 1, 1. And what do you guys get? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, right? Yes. No, minus 2. Why is it minus 2? 3 minus 2, which is 1. Oh, sorry. Haha. This is supposed to be minus. There you go. A lot of times they say they're good DM until you play them. It's like, oh my god, they're so terrible. Like 80% of the people, like, they're not good DM. Yeah.
When you indicated that y is constant, when you see a problem like this, what typically follows the number?
Yeah, because I'm giving you dz over dx right there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because in this case, I told you do that dz over dx. You're taking the derivative of z in respect to x. That's like, say it out loud. I'm taking the derivative of z in respect to x. So where when I take the derivative of x over dx, it cancels out. So you don't have to write dx over dx. Whereas dz over dx, you have to write that. I played the Black Crusade 2000 last time. That's like 6-7 years ago. You guys know that, Black Crusade? Oh. All right. Ooh. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Let's see if we could do this or not. Find DW. Does it still make that noise? Like it's a noise? DW. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yeah. You don't watch it, Leo?
What?
The cartoon?
Which one?
Arthur.
I don't think I ever watched it.
Oh. With respect to t along the path, cosine of t equal sine of t. So it's kind of another way of writing that is f of xy equals cosine of t comma sine of t. Do you remember that? When t is pi over 2. So let's look at that. So dw dt is equal dw dx dt plus dw dy dt. You could do that. Remember I told you earlier? You could just plug the whole thing in and do it. Yeah. Yeah. You could do that. So let's look at it. DW. All right. So let's look at it. Oh, Jesus. What if the second coming of second coming of Christ happens like next week? What would you guys do though? So atheists like me would be like screwed, right? I'm like, no, Jesus. What's your middle name? Damn it. Where's my Bible? Have you ever thought about that? Like the end of the world happens next week or something like that? What will you guys do? No? Well, like, what? I know, exactly. So what do you do? I mean, what happens? dw dx. So you get dw, that's just y, and dx dt, which is what? Negative sine of t. Right, guys? Did I get that right so far? Plus x cosine of t. Let me make sure I got that right. Yes, I did get that right. And y is what? Sine. Ooh, this is so easy. Negative sine square of t plus cosine square of t. And again, you could just plug it in, or you could use the formula. I think this is the one you said it earlier. Cosine of 2t, right? And yeah, and then you plug, what did I plug in? And then t equals pi over 2. So cosine of pi. What's cosine of pi, guys? What is it? It's negative. Cosine of 0 is 1. It's negative in the between second and the third quadrant. It's negative 1. That was easy, right, guys? All right. All right, let's look at dt if x is cosine of t, y is sine of t, z is t. Is anyone buying the PS5? Is it going to be any good? No? It's not good? No? What's the price? Isn't that all the game costs that much anyway? Yeah. Yeah, and I think, what is it? I was reading this and they're making that PS5 or Xbox. I think Xbox, they're going to make it stream, like Twitch account. So it will connect your Twitch account. So if you buy any games on it, just plug in the what just happened? I wasn't asking you. So you could plug in your keyboard and mouse, and you could just play your computer games on your Xbox. So I think you can on Xbox. So PS4 could do that.
I'm not sure if you can do it on PS4. I know Xbox does.
Oh. Yeah, so if you could do it on Xbox, then you just got a really good gaming computer. So who uses disc nowadays? Do people use disc?
I mean, if you get one just on your Xbox, you can't have those two buddies out.
Oh yeah, I don't have buddies who plays video games. Again, I never watch movies where I cannot fast forward or rewind it. Scary movies needs to be like my button is ready on the arrow on the computer. I don't like I know a scary moment is coming. I'll fast forward. I know where it is. I'll rewind it. Like I know where it's coming. So so I never watch anything on it, especially the scary movies. I'm not gonna watch it on a big screen. Like Jesus, no. Why? Like that's why Jesus banned scary movies. Think about that. Why is it so like scary movies is unchristian like? Remember that. I just made that up. You guys believed it for a second there. You don't even know if I'm an atheist or if I'm religious, if I'm a Trump supporter.
If that was true, I wouldn't even be surprised.
What? All right. Let's look at this. This is pretty easy. dw dt. So I want you to write it out first. And dw dz times dz dt. So I want you to write this out so you could look at the problem. So we're going to do derivative of that, which will become what? Y. Dx dt cosine, which is negative sine of t. And then we do y, which is x. And then dy dt, which is cosine of t. And then dw dz, which is just 1. dz dt, which is just 1. Is that correct? Huh? I gave you that easy problem? And then y is in this case what? Sine. Oh, so you get negative sine square of t plus cosine square of t plus 1. And you could plug 0 in, or this becomes what? Cosine of 2t plus 1. Cosine of 0 is what? 1, 1, which is 2. What happens when we do a chain rule with 2 independent variable with 3 indeterminate variables? So am I going to give you this type of easy question on the test? That's the warm-up. The question you're going to get is more like this. Is this Christmas? Two independent variables and 3 intermediate variables. I said no extra credit for Halloween dress up, right? This time? Because Halloween is not the day, right? Oh, yeah. What? I would? I believe Rin. Rin never lies to me. So.
No, he's right. There's no Halloween credit, but if he goes, he gets.
There's no Halloween? Wait, what?
No Halloween extra credit, but there's like a voting extra credit.
Oh, yeah, vote. Yeah. But each of those so what's dWdr in this case? So we have to do two-way. dWdr, and we got to do dWds. And it goes very similarly. dWdx, dx, dr plus dw. What is this? X, Y, Z, yeah. Y, dy, dr plus dw, dz, dz. Oops, sorry. dr. I could just copy this and just change that. Copy, paste. What just happened? What's missing? dx, it becomes s, dz, ds. Am I going to give you this type of question on the exam? Definitely. Definitely. I will definitely give you that question. Was it Miss Yama? You had a Pokemon game? Didn't you battle with me? Oh. Oh, yeah. Like, she bet me and I was able to beat. She was winning and I won by fluke. I was so lucky. I was able to beat her. All right. All right, let's look at the problem. dW and dr ds. Express it. If w is x plus 2y plus z squared, x is r over s, r squared plus natural log of s, and then z is 2r. So let's look at it. Let's do dw dr. dw dr. Which is, first we got to do the x of that, which is just 1, and dx, we're taking that in respect to s, minus r s 1 s 2. Yeah, let me make sure I got that. Did I get that right? dx ds. Yeah. Where r is the constant. Why does mine look weird over here? Let me look at it. What did I do right? I'm taking the derivative of this in respect to x. The rest of them are constant, which is 1. That's correct. Now I'm taking derivative of this in respect to s. So you get 0 minus r 1 over s squared. Yeah, that's right. I had it right. All right, and then we do that in respect to y, which is just 2, and then we do it in respect to, again, s, constant 1 over s. And then the last one, 2z, and then dr, which is just 2. Let's simplify it. Negative r s squared plus 2 over s plus 4z. Mine looks weird over here. Did I do my algebra right? Why is my lecture notes is off? All right, let's look at dw ds. Again, the first one is going to be super easy. 1, 2, and 2z. All right. The first one, in terms of respect to s, is 1 over s. I'm doing it in respect to s. This one is, wait a minute. This is wrong right over here. I'm doing in terms of r. It will be just 2r. There you go. That's why. It'll be 4r. And then 2z, 2r. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'll come back and I'll finish that. And 2, I'm doing in terms of s. This is 1 over s, and it's just 0. So we got 1 over s plus 2 over s, which is 3 over s. This one is a little bit tricky. What's z in this case? Z is 2r. Minus r over s squared plus 4r plus 4 times 2r. 8 plus 12r. I don't know why mine is off. Okay, this is it. Did I make a mistake, Rin, Leonard, Gia? Do you see the error? Okay. Okay.